Alright folks, today, we do a few tier lists on this channel, not too many, mostly zero tier lists. I don't do too many tier lists with TCG, now for now, might change in the future. But on my Discord, there was a cool little discussion happening in the Vanguard section, and by the way, join the Discord if you haven't already, ranking the arts of all of the V-Series starters. And I was like, you know what, I kind of want to do it too. I kind of want to do it as well, which I think would be pretty interesting. I think that might be pretty fun just to take a look. I will link the tier list in the description if you want to do it yourselves and like give it a try yourself. I think it might be pretty fun. So basically, let's just get into it. But of course, before we do, if you like the video, please give it a like. I do appreciate it. And if you want to show some extra support, you can think about, consider becoming a YouTube channel member, supporting the content and what I do, helping to evolve things as they go, or subscribe on Twitch. That also helps. You can use your free, if you have an Amazon account, you can link it to your Twitch and use a free subscription that you have access to every single month. Otherwise, if you don't, Mr. Jeff Bezos holds your money. You can literally take money from Mr. Bezos and use it on your favorite streamer. But instead, if you don't, he holds it. He just holds it, you never see it again. It's crazy. Otherwise, we got socials, all in the description, the Twitter, the Discord, all the kind of stuff. But anyway, with all that out the way, let's talk tier lists. All right, we got chat here on the side. So we're gonna do it in these divisions, I guess. So I got S for the really, really amazing ones. A for the really good ones. B for like the, yeah, it's all right. C for the, this isn't trash, but it's not great. D for the hot garbage. Screenshot tier, we will do these immediately. You know exactly which ones we mean by this. And the original, and by original, I mean the ones that literally are original art. So first, let's sort out. You can see all of these arts. It's so much. You see what I mean by screenshot tier? You see what I mean by this? Let me go into presentation mode. It'll look a little bit better. It'll look a tiny bit better. So what I mean by screenshot tier is literally like these, like the freaking, God, I have to scroll this up. These ones from Colorful Pastral, because these are actually just anime screenshots. So I don't really want to rank them because I don't think there's as much effort put into them compared to all of these other arts. Sorry, not sorry. So there you go. We put these in the screenshot tier and they stay there. They stay there. Then the originals, so these aren't available in Japan. I mean, these aren't available in English, but in Japan, they used to do these like purchase campaigns and stuff where if you bought like if you spent like $10 during a month, you would win, like you would be able to get these. And I actually have some. I have the Starlight Violinist and I have the Conro myself in Japanese too. So they're just like a nice little, I guess like nod. But again, these aren't arts. These aren't the arts from the V-Series, so I don't want to rank them together with the V-Series ones because they're technically arts from way back when, right? And the Ichibiyoshi, yeah, this one looks so nice, doesn't it? Looks amazing. So, but yeah, all these starters also have the quick shield thing, the quick shield claws on them too. So alright, let's rank these arts. I think it's gonna be pretty rough because there's so many, and they're like, I don't even know which order they're ordered in, to be honest. It looks random. So let's go. Starting off with the whiteness rabbit, I think this one's kind of like, it's not bad, but it doesn't evoke anything too strong for me in terms of emotion. It's like a B or a C, personally speaking. It's like a B or a C. I think it's very average. I think this kind of determines what B is. Like, it's not bad, but it's very much like low B. Yeah. Lozenge though, this Lozenge art I think is honestly really high up here. Might even go into S tier. I think this is one of the best Lozenge arts of all time, just because of how well it's presented. Hagiakaoru art, always a huge plus. That's like, just a dub in and of itself. This might even go to S. Honestly, this Lozenge art is insane. It's insanely good. I think for now, we might keep it in high A, but for now, we'll keep it here, but it might change later on. Tap the Hyper looks cool, but I think it is also a B. Tap the Hyper is cool, but it's also like pretty average, but it's like high average. It's a cool art, but I would never use it over the other Nova starters, right? Battle Riser, I actually do like it quite a lot, but it's also not one of my favorites either. Like, when I look at the Nova starters, I have some that I feel quite strongly about that I would put a bit higher, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I think the original Battle Riser had like a better kind of surrounding around it. Like, it was kind of like in this, station in this like a freaking like refueling station, which I think is pretty sick. But this one is like, yeah, it's like out on the battlefield. It's nice. It's nice, but I wouldn't say it's great. I wouldn't say it's fantastic or anything. So then, this is the Murakumo starter. For me, this one's on the lower end. He's just a little guy doing his thing. I don't think he's particularly fantastic. Then we have the first Dark regular starter. I think for me, this one's also... He's cool, but DI has so many cool starters that I think he's kind of on the lower end as well. He's kind of on the lower end. C for cat. Stealth kitty. So, I think here is probably where I put the DI one as well. This one, honestly, to me, is pretty doo-doo. I really don't like this one. I do not like this this starter whatsoever. He ballin' though. He do be ballin', but I don't think ballin' is enough to put him in the B category. Then we have this, the Nubatama starter, right? It's kind of similar here as well. It's like a C tier. I don't think it's great. But I think it looks fine. This Lozenge starter, I honestly rate lower. I am not the biggest fan of Ito Sensei's artwork, personally speaking. I think it's fine, but I think Ito Sensei is nostalgic, and he evokes the nostalgic feeling with like Blaster Blade and Draconic Overlord and all those units that he drew way back in 2011. But I think in the modern era, it just doesn't look as good. The background is very lacking. Like, you look at this background, you got like all these like spheres and stuff. Like, you got these like the Evangelion. You know that one angel from Evangelion that like screams? Like the like that one Evangelion angel? That's what she's got around her, right? You can zoom in a little bit. You see what I mean? She's got the little like Evangelion going on. This doesn't have anything going on, right? I like the OG Lozenge art. Yes, me too. The original Lozenge art is really nice. But yeah, she's got a farm of Ramiels. This might put her up to S, to be honest. I'll keep her a name for now. Ooh, alright. Micro Hole Draco Kid. I actually quite like this starter. I think he's pretty good. He's a good little boy. I'll put him in high B. Like, still on the average side. Not my favorite. But I think he's nice. He's nice. I think he's quite nice. I think he's like top B, yeah, top B. Pseudo Starvader starter, true. Okay, this is where we get to the high ones. I like the Barkle one a lot. I like the Barkle starter a lot. I think this one is actually like, it evokes the original feeling of Barkle quite well. You know, cool dog with sword. You know, Zacian vibe going on. So I think Barkle is a good boy. Anyone that played back then feels a special kind of attachment to Barkle as well. So I think Barkle goes pretty high. I think Barkle is pretty good. Gamer dog, that's right. Now the V series Ichibiyoshi, honestly, compared to the original Ichibiyoshi, this one has a facelift. Because if you look at the backgrounds especially, like compare for a second, right? You look at the backgrounds, the background of the V series one is literally the same bird, but the aura around it is fainter, but the background is much more vivid. So I don't know if what's better, a strong aura or a nice background. I think honestly, for me this goes in like high B as well. I think it's a high B. Looks really nice. Alright then. Ooh, I actually quite like this one. This is one of the Narukami starters that I actually use myself. I don't think it's great though. I don't think the art is amazing, but it's probably one of the better Narukami starters. He's just a funky little dude. He looks like he has a pumpkin in front of him. So, respect for that. Ooh, this is the Revenger starter. I'm honestly not a big fan of him. I think this is a pretty mid art. He just doesn't look that fantastic in my opinion. I don't know. Shadows have better starters. Full Bow is hard to top. So, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of him. Really, personally not a big fan of him. Alright, then we get to Goemon. I actually think Goemon is pretty good. I think this is the best Murakumo starter. Because he do be sitting on the frog though. And the frog is puffing lean. And he's like, you know, doing like cool little signs. The art is very like defined. He just looks good. Like Goemon just straight up just looks good. You know? So I think Goemon ranks pretty high. I love lean. Jiraiya and Vanguard, yeah. He's good. He's a good little starter. I think he's good. Oh, this one, the Devil in Shadow, is actually really cool. I think this one is like a high B. Probably a high B. I think Devil in Shadow looks really good. I think Devil in Shadow looks insanely nice. Maybe even a low A. It has like a really nice background, it's like the aesthetic of it is a huge upgrade from the original way back. Might even be a low A. I think it's a low A, honestly. I think it looks really nice. Oh, this one, easily my favorite of the Pale Moon starters. Easily my favorite of the Pale Moon starters. I love the Silverthorn starter. She just looks nice. Literally looks nice. Like, the background pops, the colors look good. You know, like the shading and like the way the colors are drawn just looks beautiful. Really, really nice. I think it's a very pretty starter. As for Silverthorn, it's close. It's close. Yeah, the shading in particular is really nice. Like, you look at the hair, look at like all the little details. It's very pretty. Very pretty. What is this starter? I actually don't recognize this one at all. This one I generally don't recognize. Is this Nubatama? Yeah, it is Nubatama. Low C for I don't even know who you are. Honestly, this might be a D tier. I don't, literally does not stick out whatsoever. But this was the, I think this was a starter when God Hand was a thing. Y'all remember God Hand? Oh, that was Mark's starter. I'm honestly not a big fan of this one. I think it's the weakest of the Nova starters. It goes in the it goes in the D tier, I think, for me. Ooh, this is Uzume, right? Uzume, the same as one of the best players in Japan. This one's okay. It's like a low C. It doesn't pop. For me, the problem with Uzume is she doesn't really pop. Like, the details are nice. Like, you see the little, like, the magic wand kind of like making these like nice patterns. Better than Bird? No way. Bird is spoiler alert, Bird is God tier. Maybe I would put her a little bit higher. Maybe like top of C tier. But I don't like her that much. I don't like Uzume that much. Conro, honestly, the new Conro is pretty good. I think he's like, is he the best starter though for Kagero? I'm not sure. I think the new Conro, he is very nice. Minimum better than Rabbit? Okay, yeah, I think the Rabbit could actually go down. I think the Rabbit I don't like as much as I said I did. I think also the Mr. Tap the Hyper is gonna go down too. So where did I put Conroe? I think Conroe maybe is like here. I think he's alright. The original art pops a bit harder. Oh, finally an S tier. Finally an S tier. Metalborg Black Boy, 100%. 100%. This art is such a big upgrade. This is such a big upgrade from the original. Like, it's insane. The background goes hard. Got the big old, the shuriken on the back. Easily S tier. This art is just fantastic. It's too good. It's way too good. Way too good. Better than Goyusha, yes or no? I don't think it's better than Goyusha, but it's very close. It's very close. Ooh, okay, we got the, this is like the Messiah starter, is how I look at it. Yeah, the moon in the back. I like the Messiah starter a lot. I would put it around here. I think this is one of the nicest. Maybe even like, it's like you can see my favorite ones are the ones with the insane backgrounds. Like, you see how nice the backgrounds on all of these are? That's kind of what defines a good starter art for me, like, because there's not much going on with a starter, right? There's not much going on because, you know, it's just like, it's just you just draw and get a quick shield. So the art is so important, and like the background on this just looks so clean. So I really do love this one. I do love it. This one is probably D tier. Does not pop. Does not pop, doesn't look great. Background is mid. L plus ratio. So this guy's used a lot, but I wouldn't necessarily say he's great. I think it's like a mid-low B. Mid-low B. The background is nice. So it's kind of like Battle Riser where the backgrounds are nice. But, man, he do be just a bat though. He do be just a bat though. His SP is nice? Yeah, that's what I've heard. I think he's like a low B. He's around there. Oof. This is the card that is very expensive in its original art, and I think they did an amazing job with her V-Series art. I think Happiness Collector looks amazing in the V-Series. I think the balloons are nice, the little like yellow evening shade that they give it feels like the sunset shade. I think as Happiness Collector, art really pops. Again, you can see backgrounds are crazy, the shading, the colors, they just stick out. They just stick out. Twilight Hours, yeah. God, there's still so much. We gotta speed it up. Alright, Grenache. This is no contest. Easy S. I love this Grenache art. But I really like the original Grenache as well. So I really like both of them. But he just pops. Like, the pose is really sick. Grenache looks amazing. He's got the ship and the spirits in the back. I love Grenache. I think Grenache just looks amazing. So, definitely a big one. Ooh, I like Root a lot. I like Root a lot. I would put him pretty high up here. Maybe not too high around here. I like Root a lot. I think Root just is a really nice looking starter. Surprised we haven't had a full bow yet, surprisingly. Touchy starter, goes around here. I think, I actually really like this one. It's probably a high B. I think this is the best touchy starter. I think if you're playing touches, you have to play the starter. It is the best. It is the best. This one looks mid. This is kind of mid, but not the worst of the mids. This bug is also pretty bad. Not a big fan. Not a big, like, rating these is terrible because none of them look that great. Ooh, this is the Madoi. This was a starter from the Shironi starter deck, trial deck way back in the G era, but I really like the art actually. So I think it goes somewhere here, also like high B, because it looks nice. And the Blau starter. The Blau starter isn't S tier, but it's a very high A. It's very high A. I think it's, the art is nice, like the angle is pretty cool. He's shooting at you, got a little shield out, nice little like space colony background. I think it's good. It's a very clean art. I don't think it's the best, because I think some Blaus just kind of like lean on one color a bit too much, and you need to diversify, right? That's why Galaxy Block Worker is so good, is because the arts are very like, they're very expansive, you know? Okay, then we have this. This is a Tetra starter, I think. I like him. I'll probably put him around here. It's actually one of my favorite of the Aquaforce starters. I think he's quite pretty. He's quite pretty. Maybe a bit higher than this. Background is nice. Main art is good. So it's quite good. Alright, this is the... I think a lot of people like this Great Nature starter, but I'm not a big Great Nature fan myself, so he's kind of somewhere like rabbit tier. Oh, he's a Stava starter, not Tetra? Okay. Interesting. God, there's so many Bermuda starters, I forgot. There's a lot of Bermuda starters. No, the Stava starter is this one. It's the... Oh no, it's not. Eric was the first... it was the first Aquaforce starter, yeah. Alright. Then, honestly, I'm not a big fan of this one. It's pretty D tier. This is like my least favorite Angel Feather starter. It's really mid. Coel, I like Coel a lot. Not a favorite, but it's kind of up here. I think this is one of the best. I think it's one of the best Angel starters because like it's just crazy, right? He sticks out, the background is nice, like the radiating light off of the sword just goes crazy with like the sparkles and everything. I think Cole looks really nice. Cole looks good. This is an easy S tier. The bird go hard. The bird goes super hard. The bird goes super hard. It's too good. Too good. Too good. Yeah, the bird is too good. The bird is too good. I think it's too good. Oh, okay, we gotta make a new tier. We gotta make a new one. This thing is nasty. Goop tier. Goop tier. This thing is nasty. This is the nastiest starter that exists. This is the ugliest starter that exists. I can't believe they released this. Goopy ass dragon. Goopy ass dragon. I swear to God. He be gooped, but I don't like him. He's a funny man. He's not a funny man at all. Swimming in the snot. Nasty ass. I will not let them. He could goop in the goop tier. He could goop all he wants in the goop tier, man. S tier for snot? Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, Dragon Egg? And honestly, Dragon Egg is pretty good. Dragon Egg is pretty good. Not the best, but pretty high. Pretty high. Ooh, Mecha Trainer. I honestly think the Mecha Trainer art is a downgrade. I think it's a downgrade from the original. I think the original Mecha Trainer just pops way too hard. So, I wouldn't put it that high. I wouldn't put him that high. The Machining starter, honestly, it's probably the best. It's like around here. It's the best of the Mega Colony starters, but it's not great. It's not great. Oh, easy S. Honestly, I'm not sure if... Like, they both look amazing. These are both super amazing. Like, I really like both of them a lot. But the Goyusha just... I mean, the Goyusha just pops. Goyusha just pops. Like, it's so nostalgic. It's such a signature unit. Zombie, I'm not a fan of. Zombie goes pretty low for me. Not great. Ooh, the Beniel... This starter... like, I think Angels just don't have a good starter, to be honest. It's like a high B. I think Angels just don't have a good starter. But I think this one's fine. I think it's fine. I think it's fine. Ooh. Criff. Where would you guys put Criff? I think this Criff art is insanely good. I think this Criff art is really pretty. So for me, it goes into like pretty high A. Maybe somewhere around here next to Cole. I think it's a good A tier. It pops, it's nostalgic. It still evokes the same kind of nostalgic feeling of the original. So I like Cole a lot. Cole's art is really nice. Kira is pretty good, not my favorite. So I think I put her around here maybe. She's good, but not a favorite. She's fine. Artemis is really nice. Artemis's art is really good. Because again, the background isn't too crazy here, but like the little petals and like the sparkles around are very nice. So I think it pops well enough. Maybe it's like a low A. Low A. I like the Artemis, like the effects and stuff around the art. I think it's pretty good. A for Artemis. Yeah, easily. I'm not a fan of this gear starter at all. Not a fan whatsoever. I think it's very mid. Not a fan. Ooh, the Ohm. It's B for bird tier. B for bird tier, but I think it's on the lower end of bird tier. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. So, we're narrowing it down. This one I literally don't remember this even existing, so you go in D for who tier. Oh, White Tiger. This is a good one. White Tiger is a good low starter. I think it's not the best, but it pops. Like, it pops. The background isn't too crazy, which is why I dock a few points. But I think White Tiger looks pretty nice. And it's also relevant. Ooh, the Rururi? The freaking goddamn, remember this archetype? Remember this archetype existing? Crazy. Zahando. But the art is like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The background doesn't pop like crazy, but I think it's a high B. High B for Brand Ringer. Brand Ringer was pretty cool. Let's see. I actually like the starter quite a lot. I think it's probably one of the best Kagero starters. So it'll go fairly high because the background is also pretty nuts. The background goes really hard. It's like, he just... See, this is how you do a hatched egg, right? You got this goopy ass looking dude. And then you got my man that hatched and he's already like going into battle. Crazy. Look at this dude. Look at this dude doing his thing, man. He crazy with it. Alright, this dude, sorry. Don't feel too strong about it. It's pretty mid. Maybe not super mid, but pretty mid. Pretty mid. Alright, Neon Messiah, this one, to me, is a must-S. This starter just looks insane. Neon Messiah, like, they evoke the original feeling of Neon Messiah while building on it even better. I think it just looks really good. It's like, this is the god of the Vanguard universe. It has to be S. It's very well done. Very well done, good nostalgia feeling, I guess, still attached to it. It evokes the original really well while building on it, I would say. Oh, I'm not a big fan of Little Hero Draco Kid. I know some people really like this Lilo and Stitch looking ass dude, but I'm not a big fan of it. This is probably my least favorite DP starter. I'll still put it somewhere here. It's not terrible, but, Alright. Ooh, Night Kid. I really like Night Kid. Night Kid, I think, is amazing. The background is super clean. Honestly, Night Kid might be an S. Because he sticks out, like, really well. You got a little, like, treasure chest in the back, the beautiful sky and the ocean. I think this is a good S tier. Ooh, Pumpa might deal with a tier 2 for 10 months. I see you, buddy. Let's go. Yanella's not S tier because I think she doesn't pop to me as hard. Like, the only thing about Yanella is that she doesn't pop hard enough yet. But otherwise, she's good. Where's the treasure? I mean, there's like this little... You see the little, like, the tricky chest? Alright, moving on. We still have so much to go through. This is probably one of the more mid Aquaforce starters. Goes kind of here. Is it called a Mimic? Yeah, Mimic, yeah. This is a Who tier. Literally don't remember the starter even existing. I'll pass. Yeah, it is called a Mimic, my bad. This Ouroboros, I don't think looks really good. This little fox, I think is pretty mid. Coral is okay. Coral's fine. I prefer the other grade arts than the grade 0. I think the grade 0 is pretty mid. The Riviere art is actually a pretty good starter. Free burger tier. I think... Oh, is that Spring Breeze? What the hell? That's Spring Breeze Messenger. Wait, you're right. That looks nothing like Spring Breeze Messenger. Okay, it deserves D tier because it doesn't even look like the actual card. It literally doesn't even look like the original card. This does not deserve anywhere near below D. I mean, above D. It doesn't even look like Spring Breeze at all. The original Spring Breeze looks super sick. This is terrible. That's horrible. All right, I think Riviere is actually pretty good. Riviere goes like somewhere around here, I think. She's a good art. I think like around the Kira. You blind as hell? I am not blind. You take that back. You take that back. I don't know. I can put him up, but I think he's still D. I think he's still D. He's still D. This starter is pretty. I think it's Fuzzy Choco art, so that always gets some points. It's like around here, I guess. B for Fuzzy Choco at least. That definitely sells it. Oh, David. David to me is an S. David is an S. This art is insane. This art just is wild. It's so good. It's so good. Like, you got the nice pose, the weapon, the super pretty background, the insane color. Just everything about it looks so good. I think David is like one of the best looking starters for Shadows. It's so good. It's so good. SNG and SNV, yeah, easy. Easy. Oh, I don't like the Vanquisher starter that much. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm not a big fan of this starter at all. Ooh, the Kosti? Is that what he's called? He's actually pretty nice. He's quite pretty. I think he's like around here. The background doesn't... Actually, no. Maybe I'll put him in low A. He's very pretty. Maybe high B. High B. He's very pretty. He's very pretty. But I'm not sure if I would put him beyond this. Looks very cool, though. Alright, the Malkuth starter. I have a personal... But honestly, it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. I do like it a lot. But I would probably rate it around, like, here. I think it looks cool, but... Baby Angel Robot, there's just something about his proportions that kind of bothers me. He's also an Xyz monster, so he's just, like, in the wrong game. He's got the Xyz, like, freaking overlay network around him. Oh, but the Chrono... Oh... Chrono Tigar... This is a good low starter. I think this might be top of A. This might actually be bottom of B. Oh, bottom of S. I like this art a lot. Like, he's charging. He's going crazy. He's going absolutely wild. I think he's sick. I think he's like bottom of S. I think he's really good. You got the little freaking pyramids in the background. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. She's a good... It's pretty high, actually. Put her on here. Somewhere like high B. The background doesn't really do much for me. That's the only thing that I dock points for. The background doesn't do much. Then we have Daigo. D for Daigo? Just kidding. Daigo is somewhere around here, maybe. It's like it's good. It's good, but it's not amazing. I think it's fine. Then, the first one, Grime. Grime and Goop in the same tier. I think Grime, or Glime, whatever it was called in English, is fine. It's like around here. The animal tier. D for decent. Yeah, I don't know if I would even put it this high. Is Glime in English? Okay. Densetsu no Fighter. Honestly, the undo art in V is actually pretty good. I would put it somewhere around here. Somewhere like pretty high B. D for dog. That's right. Then we have Eric. What is screenshot tier? These are all anime screenshots. They're all anime screenshots, so that's why they're here. Eric is pretty good. I think Eric is one of the better Aquaforce starters as well. They kind of sit here together for me. They're both really, really good. They're both really, really good. Both really good. Full Bow. I've been waiting for this one. I really like this Full Bow art. I think it's like, if not top of A, it's like bottom B. I think there's just so much effort. There's just so much effort put into this art. You got the freaking moon, the green sky, the sanctuary like towers at the back, the stairs, and then he's just chilling. He's sleek as hell. I'm putting him in S. I think Full Bow is an S. Just looks insanely good. G. Cole is missing. GG's. I didn't make the tier list. Not my fault. Alright, then we have the second Lozenge art. I don't know if I like this one more than the first Lozenge art. I like it a lot, but I think this one pops a bit harder. But it's still pretty... I would still rate it pretty highly, like around here. Yeah, I think the first one is better. I think I docked the Blau one a little bit down. Somewhere here. It's still good, but it's not as good. Alright, then we have the Spark Kid Dragoon. I think this is the best Narukami starter, probably. I think he pops really hard. He pops, he looks good. The colors are so nice. The colors are so nice, a little spark effect here. It's so good. Misaki Art Lozenge we put pretty low. I'm not a big fan of it. It's B. Spark Kid looks really nice. Spark Kid looks really, really good. Alright, we're down to the last few. We get to the G era now. So the Deleter starter, that's fine. It looks cool, but it doesn't... There's not much going on in the background, which docks points for me. Always. Like, if the background is boring, I always dock points. Then we have the Ariche. She's pretty. She has the same... I think it's the... Aren't you the same? Yeah, I mean, this is literally the same card, but just, you know. We'll put them next to each other. We nerfed the leader so hard, it's so sad, visually. Yeah, except for, like, the, except for the trial deck deleter, I think. Alright, then we have the final G starters. The final G starters. I think Pan is actually really pretty. I think Pan is super pretty. Like, the art on him is just insane. So I think he's a very high A. Very high A. Like, around here. I think it's just, like, you've got this... The really nice, like, whatever, like, Apocrypha effect. Apocrypha scroll effect. The raining scrolls. He himself looks really cool. Honestly, this might be an S. This might be an S. I think he just looks super nice. I think Genesis gets really lucky with starters. Like, but thing is, like, you got the bird, man. You got the bird. How do you fight the bird? The bird is too powerful. Alright, then we have the final three. The Try 3 starters. Oof. These are all amazing. Let's start with Chronodran. I think Chronodran is very high. Very, very high. I think it's, like, up here. The Chronodran, it looks even better than the original, in my opinion. Because it's got, like, the little, like, the wings coming out from the jets, I guess, on its shoulders. You got, like, the beautiful, like, planes, as, like, you know, the planes signify the beginning of a journey. And, you know, a lot of people started their journey in G with Chronodran. I think it's amazing. I love this art. I love this art. I think the Dran, like, for me, I don't know if I'm biased. I'm not really a gear main or anything. I like it a lot. Milius fucks. Milius simply fucks. Like, this art is insane. You cannot look at this Milius art and not say this looks insane. He looks so cool. He looks so cool. Like, the sword, the freaking rocks and the mountains in the back, the shading all over the place. Oh my god, like, this art is just insane. Might be one of the best starter arts. I think, like, this, like, if David had a bit more effect art going on, would be right next to Milius as well. Not better than Bird? I think it's better than Bird. I think better than Bird. It's just, it's so good. The Milius art is insane. It's out of this world. Out of this world. And finally, Ozu. Ozu, in my opinion, is also an S tier, but it's like on the lower end. I think it's like here. I think this is by far the best new Nectar starter. It's just, it pops so hard. It pops so damn hard. Like, the background is so beautiful. The background is amazing. You got the little buddies over here. You got the little animals chilling in the back. You got the little spade with the green aura with the little logo on it. Like, the whole art is just amazing. The whole art is just so amazing. So yeah, there you go. This is it. The definitive starter tier list. With goop tier, of course. Very important. Can we zoom out a bit so you guys can see the whole thing? I think it's too much. We can't zoom out the whole thing because there's too much. Oh my god. I'm still zooming out. Okay, we got it. There we go. That's the whole tier list. The whole tier list. We allow it. That's right. Fantastic. What a great discussion. What a great discussion. What a great discussion. I love it. I love it. Alright, perfect. I think if you guys want to try yourselves, I'll leave a link in the description for you guys to try out this tier list. You can @ me on Twitter, tell me I'm wrong, and show me your version of the tier list too. I'm perfectly fine with that. So yeah, pretty cool. That was pretty fun. Nice to look back. Maybe when Overdress, after a few years, we can look at all the Overdress starters and rate them as well. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Alright, but with that, guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.